I thought I'll do a just a brief video concerning the keyless ignition because of some of the comments that I got on when I mentioned that it has keyless ignition. So the range, what is the range? Because one guy said, well, if I'm sitting at a restaurant and I parked my bike in a way that I can actually see it, would somebody just be able to jump on the bike and start it up and steal it, basically? So there's the a tape measure that I got in order to measure how far we're gonna have the fob, which is here, away from the bike. So the fob is here, obviously bike will start up there, so switch it off. Let's move it about a half a meter away. So that's half a meter. So I'm gonna put the fob here, there, and with the bike switch on. Yeah, that switches on. So let's move it a meter away. So that's well, that was a meter. Was it? Yeah. So let's move it 1.5 meters away. There. So that's 1.5 meters away. With the bike start up? Nope. So the range is between 1 meter and 1.5 meters. So the bike, as you can see, it just flashes yellow there. No start up. So that is the safe distance you gotta be from the bike to leave it and nobody can start it. Another guy said, which was very amusing actually, oh, that's rubbish, because if the battery dies I can't fill it up with petrol. Well, I mean, why would you want to fill it up with petrol when the battery is dead? You're gonna have to jump start it or charge the battery anyway. I actually like it because I hate keys, and most of you seen I don't even use any key fobs or anything that hangs off my keys on my bikes, because I just don't like that flapping around, they scratch the bike and so on. And it suits this type of bike because when they removed all that gubbins here, it's just very clean and simple. I actually forgot to bring the spare key, which they call the emergency key. They don't give you a second fob, but they give you an emergency key. So if you lose this one, you bring the other key and you just touch it to this area here, and that will actually start up the bike, and then you can order one of these. So that is how far you can have it off the bike. And another thing, will it switch off if you drive off and leave the fob behind? It's actually against the law. The law states any vehicle cannot switch off while on the move unless the key is removed. Okay, so basically, if your bike is on and somebody comes and steals it and you still got the fob, they can ride it for as long as they like until it runs out of petrol or they switch it off. That applies the same with the key, basically. I mean, if they steal your bike with the key, it's even worse. But with this one, they can ride it until they switch it off or it runs out of petrol. I'll show you. So we're gonna switch it on. Start it up. I'm gonna leave the fob here. So the fob is there, I'm near the fob. I can now again start up the bike. And let's say I'm a thief, I stole the bike and I went around the corner, I switch it off, I go to start it up again. Nothing. Let me go get the fob. I just noticed something actually. What if, what I noticed is that if they switch off the bike using the kill switch, would they be able to start it off again? I'm gonna leave the fob here. So I use the kill switch this time. Yeah, they can still switch her back on. And the only way is if they actually switch off the bike. So if I try to switch it back on now, nothing. So we learned something. If the thief kills the bike using the kill switch, you can still ride it. I don't think that's a good idea. I think they should be disable the bike completely with the kill switch even. But maybe they will work on that with a software update. So that's the truths and myths about keyless ignition.